Welcome back to my channel, artists. Today we'll be making relief foil art. Step number 1, draw a design. For my design, I used Sharpie markers. So you can see my first design is just some wiggly lines. If you're doing wiggly lines, 3 or maybe 4 lines is all that you really should do. You don't want 15 or 25 lines for your design. Another option that might have more lines would be a patterned artwork. A patterned artwork can have more lines because it's a lot more predictable, so it can have a few more details. Be careful not to use words. If you put words in your artwork, it won't feel as sophisticated as a line or pattern design. Step number 2, add hot glue lines. So over top of your lines, take a hot glue gun and actually put hot glue over top. If you are in the classroom or at home, you might want to have an adult help you with this. You do want to make sure that you're going slow across those lines because the goal is actually to make your glue bumpy when it dries, and so you don't want a really flat line. You want it to be bumpy with the hot glue. Step number 3 is to add glue. That would be liquid white glue. After the hot glue is finished and dry, so maybe the next day if you're in the classroom, you're going to take white glue and you're just going to pour it over, or line it up over the top and take your finger and smear. You do want to make sure that you have covered the entire surface with white glue. Of course, you don't have to wash your hands, just rubbing glue off your hands will work. Step number 4, add foil. Here comes the fun part. I'm going to take a piece of foil and I'm going to press down in just starting in the center to kind of find those lines. Sometimes you might think about using other supplies, like you're going to see I've grabbed a popsicle stick, but I like to start with my finger, really, because that will help me find the line better. The popsicle stick is great for smoothing areas, which you'll see later, but I like to find the line. You want to start in the center. If you think about it, if you completely cover your artwork with foil, it doesn't give room for the foil to move across the bump. So start in the center and you're going to kind of push over and under. You don't push down on the lines, push down next to the line so that it really makes that define the definition of the line a little bit more obvious. As soon as you are done smoothing over and finding all of your lines with your hands, you can take a popsicle stick or even a tissue and smooth it a little bit more. That kind of helps it. Notice when I start with the popsicle stick, I go next to my glue line to kind of make that line a little bit more obvious and smooth out any wrinkles that are in the flat areas. Step number 5, now that I have finished, I'm going to wrap the back. So I'm going to carefully wrap it across the back, making sure that I have covered the cardboard and that it kind of gives it a little more presentable, a little nicer and fancier of a look to finish. One more thing that I have done to finish is taking a paper towel or a Kleenex and kind of buff the areas. That means rubbing them in a circle. That smooths out any of those extra wrinkles, and that kind of makes it a little bit shinier and fancier looking. Step number 6 is to add Sharpie colors. This is an optional step, especially if you're in the classroom. When you're picking colors, you don't want to pick every color of the rainbow. I tried to pick 2 colors from the rainbow, green and blue. I found dark and light versions of them, but that way my artwork is a little bit less like Rainbow Circus and a little bit more interesting. Go ahead and finish your artwork any way that you'd like, whether you add marker, colors, or just leave it the way that you would like it. I hope that you have enjoyed making relief foil artworks with us today. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to keep up to date on all the fantastic things that we are doing in the art classroom. What will you create?